but we cannot change. So something that is unchangeable, inevitable, we have to learn to accept it. So this is the teaching Bhagavan gives. Then Bhagavan lift Arjuna's mind to some heights. That is, nasato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate sataha, ubhayorapi drishtontaha, tvanayoho attattvadrishyi. This is the verse we were been seeing yesterday. So that which is permanent, real, never become unreal. That which is unreal, never become real. So all the ornaments, gold ornaments, ornaments shape and name changes, but gold never changes. It is always remaining the same. 22 carat or 24 carat, 22 carat only, not 24 carat, you can't make it. So 22 carat gold, it is always the same. But the name changes. It may be a necklace or it may be a bangle, it may be a ring. All these things, it may change. Name and form changes. But what never changes is the material cause, which is gold. The same way, if you apply that within us, there is one permanent aspect in us that never changes. What changes is only the name and form. And if you understand that, that permanent principle in us is that absolute truth, Satchidananda Atma, and that Atma never changes. Balyadishu, Jagradadishu, Tata Sarvasu, Avastasu, Api. Vyavrittasvaru Vartamanam Ahamityandasvarantam Sada. Dakshinamurti Sutram Shankaracharya says that Balyavastha, Kaumarastha, Thavastha, all of them, the avasthas changes. But what never changes is that aham, I never changes. Therefore, that Paramatma has no death or birth. So what never changes in you is that Paramatma, aham, which is your real nature. See, this aham shabda is also very beautiful. In Sanskrit, all our alphabets start with a and end with ha. Yara, lava, shasha, sa, a. And then both are guttural. So, akuha visajjani yanam kantaha. So, there is a Panini Sutra. So, a and ha, both you have to open your mouth and say. It's called guttural. But you cannot keep your mouth open all the time. You have to close your mouth also. If you close your mouth, what is that? Lipial makara comes. So, aham. That means what? The entire alphabet is included in aham. Entire alphabet means what? Alphabet makes up words. Words makes up sentence. Sentence gives you knowledge. So the entire gamut of knowledge is included in this aham. So whatever knowledge that you gain in this world, that becomes unimportance if you don't know aham. Once you know aham, then everything becomes important. Without knowing aham, whatever that your gain is materially, it doesn't give you the contentment, satisfaction. So this is the message Bhagavan is giving here. So, Arjuna, there is some reality in you never dies. Even though the body falls down dead, Bhagavan lifted Arjuna to the heights of his own real personality, which is Satchidananda Surupatma. From there, you look at it, there is no birth or death. Then Bhagavan comes a notch down, even from the standpoint of a jiva, subtle body. In this level also, there is no destruction. There is a continuity. So jiva means what? That consciousness reflected in the mind, called pratibimba atma. There are two things, what is called bimba atma, another is pratibimba atma. So pratibimba means reflected consciousness. That reflected consciousness is considered jiva. The jiva constitute of manaha, buddhi, ahankaram, chittam. Mind, intellect, ego, and memories. These are the four aspects of jiva, and this is called subtle body. So this subtle body has got, even from the standpoint of the subtle body, even then you need not grieve, because subtle body also never dies. Only the body dies, subtle body leave the body and enter into another body. That's why Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Bhagavan said that is a person who is born, he will die. After death also, there is no full stop. There is a continuity. That jiva enter into another body according to his karma. Sometime good body, sometime devaloka, sometime manishya loka, sometime what is all rakshasa vritti, rakshasa body. Like that, different bodies he may enter into according to the type of karma, but there is a continuity. Bhagavan gives arguments in many levels as to why he should not grieve. First level was the highest level, that is Paramatma. Second level was Jiva, that is Vasamsi Jirnani Yatha Vihaya Navani Ghrnati Naroparani Tatha Sharirani Vihaya Jirnani Anyani Samyati Navani Dehi. So how you throw away your old clothes and get on to new clothes. Same way Jiva takes on to new bodies, giving away, like giving away the old clothes. So there is a continuity even from the standpoint of Jiva. Then Bhagavan says, now if you consider yourself as a Kshatriya, then also there is no question of showing your back to the battlefield. It is your duty to fight. Having decided to come to the battlefield, armed to the teeth, you have come. And this is not the time to talk, because this is the time to act. Many of us, wherever we are supposed to talk, we act. And wherever we are supposed to talk, we act. This is our problem. So you are not supposed to talk here, Arjuna. You are supposed to act, because all the talks, all talkings are over. We have done it before. Before coming to the battlefield, we have done all the talks. Again, Bhagavan comes down to an ordinary soldier standpoint. Those Maharathis, your competitors, talk ill about you. They say, avachya vadancha bhagur vadishyanti tavahitaha nindandas tavasamarthyam tato dukkhataram nukim. What is there more sorrowful than these people talk ill about you? All those Maharathis expected a good fight from you. But then they will be disappointed, because Arjuna ran away from the battlefield, and your opponent Duryodhana will see to it that he publishes that scene very widely. He takes pictures and publicizes. He will arrange a free tour buses to wherever Arjuna is sitting and meditating in the Himalayas. You will be introduced as the greatest warrior until the war began. So, avachyavadan, those words I cannot even utter. I don't want to sully my tongue. Many generations will talk ill about you. Then Bhagavan concluded that chain of thought like an insurance agent. Hato va prapsasi surgam jitva va pukshase mahim. If you win, you enjoy the kingdom. If you if you die, you will go to heaven. Hmm. Both way, it is a win-win situation. Therefore, uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya kritanischaya. Oh, get up, Arjuna, having decided to fight. So this is very important because otherwise he will get up and walk away. Bhagavan said, get up. He will get up and walk. No, yuddhaya kritanischaya. Having decided to fight, then only get up. Otherwise, stay there only. And then now comes the 38th verse. How this is done. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papamavapsyasi. The last verse, Bhagavan concluded the wave of thought, saying, if you win, you enjoy the kingdom, and if you die, you will go to heaven. Both way, you are not a loser. It is a win-win situation. Therefore, get up and fight. But then the Lord became worried. The attitude with which Arjuna faced the challenge is important to win. If he get up and fight with a vengeance, he nurtured and nourished for 13 years of Vanavas, then he will lose his balance and suffer. He will not be able to win the war. So in order to make him fit for the challenge, Bhagavan gave this wonderful teaching. This is the verse, Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau. He says, equalize your sukham dukkham, happiness and sorrow, gain or loss, labha labha, jaya jayau, victory or defeat. These are the three pairs of opposite face we face in our life. And Bhagavan says, same kritva, equalize them. Keep a balance in both of them. Now, how do we do that? Labham, alabham, etc. When happiness or sorrow come, don't react. Gain or loss, same. Means what? Like you become like a stone, no reaction. Is this what Bhagavan says? No. Sukham dukkham is the reaction of our mind. You expected something, opposite happens, dukkham, labham, alabham also, again, our expectation. So Bhagavan says, whenever you perform an action, the result will be either dukkham or sukham. There is nothing in between. Gain or loss, victory or defeat. These are the two things will happen. So the teaching here is, Bhagavan says, before the result come, mentally settle for both. That's called balancing. I am ready to accept whatever be the result. Then with this set of mind, you plunge into activities. What happens is you will be successful because your mind is calm, settled. And otherwise, what will happen all the time while working also, we are thinking about the result. Most of our time, we are living in the future or in the past. We are not living in the present moment. So, in order to be successful, your mind has to be available in the present moment, 100%. 100% behind the piece of action, your mind has to be available. Most of the time, we will be thinking about the failure of the past or future anxieties, what will happen. And both those anxieties and failure come and impinge upon the present moment. Your efficiency gets dissipated, diverted. Therefore, Bhagavan teaching is here very important. And these are the teaching you will hear from stress management, all those workshops you go to after paying thousands of dollars. Here, Bhagavan casually mentioned here, second chapter. Therefore, mentally settle for the result. Whatever happens, I am ready for it. Think if it is a failure, what are the consequences? And mentally say, I am ready for it. Then face the challenge, then you will see you will definitely be successful. More of it he is going to talk in the next verse. Now, next one. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahe durbhuh ma te sangostva karmani. Most famous verse in Geeta, often quoted from the platforms, but most criticized verse and misunderstood verse. There are 4 formulas Bhagavan gives here. Karmani eva adhikaraha te. Your right is only over action. Ma phaleshu kadapi cha na. Not over result at any time. At the same time, ma karma phala hetur puhu. May you not work only for the result of action. Only for the result's sake, don't act. Mate sangostu akarmani. But may you not get attached to inaction. Now, these are the 4 formulas given for success in life. In order to be successful, these formulas are to be followed. Now, first one is karmani eva adhikaraha te. Your right is only over action. This is a statement of a fact. Ma phaleshu kadapi cha na. Not over result. That doesn't mean that one can work in this world without expecting result. The translation, if you read, that is what you get. Work in this world without expecting result. You feel it is impractical. Generally, the translation is without expecting result, keep on working. And that is the case. How will I have motivation to work? What is the incentive for any work? Therefore, that should not be the meaning of Bhagavan's teaching. Otherwise, Bhagavan is contradicting himself because he also expected result, isn't it? When he taught Arjuna, minimum expectation is that Arjuna should understand him. This much expectation must be there from the teacher's side. Without expecting result, nobody can work in this world. It is said, prayojanam anudrishya mando vina pravartate. So without seeing some result, benefit, even a dull-witted person will not lift his hand. What to talk about people like us, intelligent people. So it is not that Bhagavan is telling, don't expect a result. Whether you like it or not, result will come. That is the law of nature. So every action has got an equal and opposite reaction. This you know. So before undertaking any work, you have to do your homework. All the pros and cons you have to see. What Bhagavan says here is, once you take the decision, this is the course of action I am going to take. And when you release the action from your hand, then the law of nature takes care of the result. For example, it is like, let us say you are on the 13th floor standing. Now to jump or not jump, it is your decision. Kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, anyatha va kartum shakyam. This choice is given to you. Now once you decide to jump, let us say, now halfway you pray to the Lord, oh Lord, let gravitational force freeze. What happens? You will be collected on the floor. It will not happen. So nature will take care of it. So the same way, Bhagavan is not going to take the decision for you. Once you decided to jump, the result is not in your hand. Ma phaleshu kadapi cha na. Once you release the action from your hand, suppose you throw a stone, and before throwing, you always have a choice. Once you throw it, what happened? That will hit that person. Suppose somebody is walking that way. It will hit that person. You cannot stop it. That is what Bhagavan says here. It's a statement of a fact. So halfway you change your mind, it will not work. That is why Lord says, once the action is released from your hand, the result is in the hands of the law of nature. Therefore, what is in our hand is the right action. Do it properly. To accomplish that, 100% energy should be behind your action. This is possible only when you block your past and block your future. So past regrets and future anxieties, we should block and concentrate in the present moment. So if you are thinking of the result which comes in the future, your energy is dissipated and you will not be efficient. You will be disappointed. You will be looking around successful people. Then ma karma phalahetur bhuhu. Don't work only for the result's sake, please. There should be some higher ideal and goal in life. Something to get inspired. If you work for the result only, the result will come to you. But if you have some higher thought that I am working for the welfare of the society, or I am working for the Lord. If this attitude is there, every action will be satisfying, inspiring. And that inspiration is your incentive. Every piece of action becomes an inspiration. It is something like a musician. If he is thinking about the money these people are paying for him, he will not be able to perform well. He should get lost in rendering that particular raga. The very joy of performing itself is his reward, not the money or the applause the audience give. That does not mean he should not do any activity. Ate sangostu akarmani. May you not become inactive. Then afterwards, Bhagavan gives definitions of this karma yoga. Bhagavan gives definition of yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga karma sukhaushalam, etc. The definitions are given. Samatvam yoga uchyate. This samatvam is talking about mental balance with reference to result. And that balance is what? Blocking the past, blocking the future, be present in the present moment. So this is what people have written books also made, money out of it. This point is given by Bhagavan. Now, after that, now Bhagavan, Arjuna is asking a question. So, the very fact that Arjuna is asking question, Bhagavan is happy because he has got out of his that melancholic situation. Now he's asking, Sita Pratnyasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava Sitarhi kim prabhasheta kim asita vajeta kim. So this is the question he is asking. What is the nature of that Sthita Pratnya? Man of steady wisdom. Actually, Arjuna heard Bhagavan's speech. One side, Bhagavan praised the path of knowledge, and the other side, he praises path of karma. When Arjuna heard, he was curious. Who is that man of realization? What is his nature? How does he sit? How does he walk? How does he talk? Arjuna was interested to know who is that man of steady wisdom. Maybe he wants to compare himself with that description. Now Bhagavan gives the description of a man of perfection in 17 verses. Now, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Prajahati yada kaman Sarvan partha manogatan Atmanyevatmana tushtaha Sita pratnyastatochate. Bhagavan gave the description of a man of realization in 17 verses. Now here you see the difficulty of Vyasa Bhagavan to describe the nature of man of steady wisdom. Now suppose you want to portray a picture in a canvas. It is very easy because canvas is stationary, and even if you make mistake, you can correct it. But suppose the canvas upon which you have to paint the picture is not steady. What happens? See, the picture of this man of steady wisdom, Bhagavan has to paint in the mind of Arjuna. Mind is not steady. It is very volatile. It keeps changing. Now, what he has to do is, so whenever a doubt comes, that doubt will erase the picture already painted, isn't it? So, Vyasa Bhagavan or Bhagavan has to think of the possible doubt Arjuna may raise. Before he start thinking about it, Bhagavan has to answer that. That is how the whole 17 verses Bhagavan gave. Our Gurudev used to give an example for this. When Gurudev was in Mysore, on his birthday, in Mysore also, when it is summer, it's very hot. Otherwise, it's very pleasant. So, two youngsters, Chinmaya Yuvakendra girls, approached Gurudev and said, Mamaji, we have a surprise for you on your birthday. Oh, really? They was very happy. And he said, where is it? What is it? No, you come with us, we'll show you. So Gurudev immediately said, okay, let us go. So they got into the car and these girls also got into the car. The car drove away. And you know, when Gurudev is going somewhere, the whole crowd will go with him. And we all went behind him and they took us to this small room. These two girls took Swamiji a small room. And the room was divided into two. One was made into like a tub. And in that tub, on that water, they made rangoli. And the rangoli was so beautiful, colorful. It was the whole Geetopadesha, Lord Krishna, Arjuna, and the 5 horses, chariot, etc. Beautifully done. Very colorful. And Gurudev was looking at it and enjoying it. And at that time, what happened? The whole crowd came to the room. It became very hot. And one of the person, out of compassion for all of us, put on the fan. As we were admiring it, what happened? Suddenly, Bhagwan's peacock is gone. And Arjuna's crown is gone. And suddenly we realized something is going on. And they said, please stop. But it was too late. Now, this is at least, the water. You can still control it, but when it comes to our mind, it is impossible. That impossible task, our Bhagavan does it. And that is the nature of description here. So, prajahati, prakashena jahati. Means what? The one who removes completely. What? Kaman, desires. Where? Manogatan kaman sarvan. All those desires rises in your mind. As it rises, he is able to remove it. How? Atmanyevatmana tushtaha. Why? Because he is happy with himself. Such a person is called Sthita Prajna, man of steady wisdom, means man of realization. Now, if you say a person is able to remove the desires as it comes, number one point is what? Desires will come. Whether you are a sannyasi or a Jivan Mukta Purusha, in all of them, the desire will arise. It is not depending upon the condition of your life. The desire is depending upon your previous lives. But what makes him a sannyasi or Jivan Mukta Purusha is how he handles those desires. He has the ability to manage it. This is called desire management. We should have a workshop for that also, because so many workshops you are all attending. What do you call wealth management, stress management, time management, all that different management is here. Now we have to make a workshop on desire management. How to manage your desire. As it rises, he is able to remove it. But think about it. Removal of desires also creates suppression, isn't it? The desire rises, immediately you remove. What happens? Because of the social situation or family situation or society situation, you remove it. What happened? It creates suppression in your mind. When suppression is there, it will explode like a volcano one day. It is dangerous. Then what is the next alternative? Let us indulge it. That is also not a solution because no desire can be satiated by indulgence. The more you indulge, the more you want it. So how you overcome your desire? So that is why in Yayati, in Mahabharata, says that Najatu kama kamanam upabhogena samyati. Desire can never be satiated by indulgence. It is something like pouring ghee into the live fire. All desires. Now the question is, let us analyze this. Why are we entertaining a desire? It is not for the object's sake. Yajnavalkya Rishi, there is a Maitreyi Samvada is there in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It's called Maitreyi Brahmana. So, in that Maitreyi Brahmana, Maitreyi was Yajnavalkya's wife. Yajnavalkya has had two wives. And when he decided to renounce everything and take to sannyas and go to the Himalayas for rest of his life, he called both wife and said he wanted to divide the wealth equally and leave them alone and take sannyas. So the other wife was very happy. The second wife was Maitreyi. She said, all this wealth and the pleasures you are leaving, for what sake? She asked him, he said, I am leaving for permanent happiness. These are all temporary happiness. I am leaving for that, attaining that permanent happiness. Then she said, what if these material wealth, etc., won't give me temporary happiness, only give me temporary happiness? Why should I seek that? I want also that permanent happiness. Teach me that. So Yajnavalkya started his teaching very beautifully, that he said, Maitreyi, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. This is how he started his teaching. That everything is dear to us because we love ourselves. Wife become dear to us as long as she makes you happy. The same way husband become dear to you as long as husband make you happy. Isn't it? The money also become dear to you as long as it makes you happy. The moment money becomes a problem, then you want to get out of it. So also every relations, if you look at it, they are all final. Bottom line is what? I love myself. So what is that Atma we love so much? It is Ananda Swarupaha. That nature of Brahma, the nature of Atma is Ananda Swarupa. Then how you attain that? He said, Atma va are shrotavyaha mantavyaha vidithyasitavyaha. So these are the three methods by which one can attain that. So that afterwards there are so many discussions are there, Brother Upanishad. Anyway, by the way, I said this Najadu kama kamana upabhogena samviti. All desires why we entertain, it is not for the object's sake, it is for our happiness. When that happiness is short-lived, we look for another one. We keep changing. So we are not looking for objects, please, but we are looking for happiness in and through the objects. But among the object, you will find that there is no permanent happiness. That is why in the second line, Bhagavan said, Atmanyeva Atmana Tushta. The one who has discovered the source of happiness, that is himself. It is not elsewhere. I am that Ananda. This discovery makes him a Sthita Prajna. And this topic he talks about and elaborately. And then he points out, if you fail, what happened? The ladder of fall also. Jayato Vishayat Punsa Sangasteshu Pajayate Sanga Samjayate Kamaha Kamat Krotho Pijayate Krothat Bhavati Sammohaha Sammohas Divibramaha Nudibramshat Buddhinashaha Buddhinashat Pranashyati. It's a ladder of fall. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha. See, because of our vasanas, suddenly a thought comes to your mind, a fanciful thought. It is something like you go for, what is that? Window shopping, isn't it? Means what? Through the window, you see what is going on inside the shop. So you will see a beautiful model is wearing a dress. You through the window, you see. One day you see, it looks very nice. That thought comes. Then second day you go, what happened? You go inside. Then and you look at, not only look at the dress, you touch it and see the texture of it and the cloth and the fabric and the stitching, etc. And the model is wearing, looks so beautiful. And you start imagining, suppose I wear it, how beautiful I look. Then you look at the tag that is there, the price tag. Wow, it's too much. What are they selling, dress or gold? So you come back. But even if you come back, what happened? That picture of that, the dress, remain in your mind. Actually, it is etched in your mind. So it come boomeranging while you are cooking or whatever that you are doing, it come back again. Then again you go and look at it, and this time you wear it and see. So that is allowed, you have to wear out. You go to the room and look at everything this way, that way, backs, everything, you look at it. Beautiful. Wow, you fell in love with that dress. Now, once that happened, that way, dhyayato vishayat pumsaha sangasteshu pajayat. You get attached to it without your knowledge. Once that desire comes, then it becomes a desire. What? It develops into a desire. I must get it. That is the time mostly the housewives, they know what are the weaknesses of the husband. She will make the best food that he likes and serve him. And while he is enjoying the food, she will present the problem. What is that? Very nicely. How long we have married? Initial introduction. I think it is 13 or 14. This is the problem. You don't even remember. Have you bought anything for me so far? Wedding day at least. No. Then husband says, honey, everything is yours. Why I had to buy? You can buy yourself. Ah, but it is not like that. You have to buy and give me. It's a difference. Then she slowly says, I saw this beautiful dress and a part. We are invited to a party also this Friday. I want to wear that and go. Every head should turn and look at me. And that is why all the parties, Indian parties, everybody goes late. Because then only the importance is appreciated. If you go before everybody come, nobody notices you. So it's only late they go. And now what is that? Okay, go and buy. Then she tells, he announces the price. So the price, when you hear what? You can't afford it. No, nothing doing. You have so many dresses hanging there. Actually, we don't have a place also to hang your dresses. So the master bedroom is full of her dress only. There is no place for his dress. And then there are other guest room also, it is her dress. So some houses I go and stay in some their guest room. And suddenly the lady comes, the house lady comes, Swamiji, excuse me, what? I had to take one dress from your. Arey, itna bag, sara bag. Yes. No, but still that is the case. But still she wanted it. So he refuses. Then what happened? Next day morning onwards, the protest starts. He will not find the socks. One pair of socks will be different, completely different. He will not find his clothes ironed, the pant and shirt not ironed, and tie will not be there, the coat will not be there, breakfast will not be proper. Either it is char-broiled or spoiled, whatever. So he understood finally. 2, 3 days goes by, she wins. Okay, you go and buy. Suppose he doesn't allow you to buy. What happened? Krodha. Anger comes. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Krodha makes you feel deluded completely. Completely covers your buddhi. That is the time you start giving him gali for old khandan. Your father was like that, your grandfather was like that. All these choicest words you can hear. Sammohas pradhivipramaha. Memory also goes. Pradhipramsad buddhidashaha. So this is the ladder of falls. Because your Shesha Buddhi, that is total destruction of yourself. So this is the ladder of fall Bhagavan shows. Bhagavan, the whole topic in 17 verses, he gives that how to handle one's own desire. Vishayani vartante viraharasya dehidaha rasavarcham rasopyascha param drishtva nivartate. So even if you withdraw from indulging from the Vishayas, objects, you may stop for some time forcefully, but the taste that is there in your mind, subconscious, it will not go. That is why people say, I don't smoke anymore. I have given up smoke. For the last 1 year, I did not smoke. And this he is telling with the smoke in his hand. You ask him what happened then. Swamiji, what to do? I went to this wedding. They were giving freely cigarettes. So I took one. That is a case. So what is what? Rasam, that taste will not go. That will go param drishtva nivartate. Only when you realize the source of happiness is yourself. Discover that, own it. Then all weaknesses will disappear. With that, we now conclude that topic. Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Ainam Prapya Vimukhyati Stitva Syamantakalepi Brahma Nirvana Murchati. Esha Brahmi Sthiti. The status of that Brahman, hey Arjuna, none get deluded once you attain this. Bhagavan praises this knowledge, saying that even at the last moment of death, one can attain this state of perfection. There is no particular time. Okay, then at the time of death, I will think about it. Even at the time of death, you can attain this. That's what Bhagavan says. No, unless you practice now, you will not be able to think of Lord. Like Dronacharya, in the battlefield, he heard his son is killed. So he sat down and took off from his body. He was a great yogi. That was possible because he was practicing it on a daily basis. So, Stitvatsyam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvana Murchati. With that, the second chapter we complete here. Now we come to the third chapter. So far we have seen two chapters. The first chapter, Arjuna's entry into the battlefield and dejection. And second chapter, Bhagavan's teaching began. And now we will see the third chapter. After listening to Bhagavan teaching in the second chapter, Arjuna understood that one side he is praising knowledge and other side action. Arjuna thought that it is confusing to him because of his training. He is a military man. He is trained to follow the command, not to think. Taking decision and thinking is not his cup of tea. So Arjuna thought that these are two different paths. But what Bhagavan meant was totally different. One is karma and another is jnanam. Karma is the means for gaining jnanam. Unless there is antakarana shuddhi attained through the practice of karma yoga, even though the knowledge is given, it will not work in you. Therefore, one is a preparation, karma yoga, and the other is the goal, jnana yoga. Between these two, there cannot be any choice. So there is a joke. One day the husband came to his wife, and in his hand there was one pant and shirt. He asked, honey, should I wear today pant or shirt? Now, this is what question is that? Wrong question. We need both, isn't it? The same way, should I practice karma or jnana? There is no choice. You have to practice both. With that, the third chapter begins. Arjuna Uvacha. Jayas Arjuna Uvacha. Jayasi Chit Karmanaste. Mata Buddhir Janardana. Tat Kim Karmani Kore Mam. Yojayasi Keshava. Arjuna said, according to your opinion, Jayasi Che superior to karma. So according to your opinion, superior to karma is buddhi, means here jnana marga, is considered superior to karma marga. Therefore, why are you engaging me into this horrible, terrible, monstrous activity called the war? War is not an ordinary activity. It is a terrible activity. Why are you engaging me into this war? Arjuna was not very happy. It looks as he had one more verse there because he felt he has not expressed well. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadegam vada nischitya yena shreyoham apya. Therefore, decidedly tell me which path I should take. Don't tell me this is also good, that is also good. It doesn't work for me because I am a soldier. There is a joke, Laurel Hardy. You must have heard Laurel Hardy. They joined the military. Next day morning, the corporal took them out in the field and lined them up among other soldiers and started practicing left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, like that. And Lauren Hardy heard this for some time and then they stopped. So the corporal went up to them and asked, why are you stopping? He said, you better decide left or right. That is what our Arjuna is telling now. Now, having heard Arjuna, Bhagavan thought that now I have to explain to him again. So that is Bhagavan. He being Bhagavan, the Lord understands the level of the student. Now, who is the real teacher? He is the one who come down to the level of the student and bring him up to his level. Now, Bhagavan elaborates on Karma Yoga in 3 chapters. 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, and 5th chapter. These 3 chapters are in 3 levels of Karma Yoga. One is the elementary, secondary, and higher secondary level. When you graduate from that, you get Jnana Yoga. This is the program. The first 6 chapters. Bhagavan says there are 2 paths. Lokesmin divita nishta pura prokta mayanaka Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. 2 styles of living. One is called Pravritti Marga, another is called Nivritti Marga. Those who are worldly people, they adopt to Karma Yoga. And those who have understood the limitation of the worldly pursuit, they take Jnana Marga. Bhagavan was thinking, what made Arjuna to ask this question? What is the genesis of this question? Sometimes people ask the same question, but the answer is tailored to that person. It cannot be same answer. Sometimes children also ask very serious question. One child asked the parents, why we are here? No, that was his question. Parents got worried. They didn't know how to answer him. Such cases, they bring the child to the Swami. I said, Beta, we are here to see the Lord God. Child was very happy. And when he grew up, he will ask, where is God? What is his address, etc. That time we'll explain to him. So, Bhagavan understood that Arjuna has misunderstood the word sannyasa. He thought sannyasa means do nothing, sit down quietly. And when Bhiksha come, we'll come and eat. Now, if you look at it, most of the Swamis in the Himalayas, they don't do anything. They go to the Annakshetra, there is one Kali Kambliwala, dedicated to feeding Mahatmas. They go there 10 o'clock in the morning, they will give you 4 rotis and dal. This is the bhiksha you get. And dal is all water. 2, 3 dal will be floating. And you have to catch that dal. That is the challenge. So this is the picture Arjuna have. They go for bhiksha and rest of the time meditate. So that is the picture Arjuna has for sannyasis. Now here Bhagavan says, work in the field, establishing yourself in the higher truth. He got confused. Naishkarmya is another word for sannyasa. There where there is no action. So actionless state is not something you don't do anything. Action is prompted by desire. Means a sense of incompleteness. This sense of incompleteness is born of ignorance. Ignorance of my own real nature. So Naishkarmya means actionless state, means desireless state, means free from ignorance. Ignorance what? Ignorance of myself. When we say ignorance, we are not talking about material knowledge. With reference to material knowledge, you are all intelligent people, jnanis. But when it comes to our own real nature, we are ignorant. It is not that giving up action will make you a sannyasi. It will only make you lazy. Action is not going to deny your higher knowledge. This understanding has to be there. Then Bhagavan said, nobody can remain idle in this world. One has to act. Even a sannyasi who is doing nothing, but he also will have to digest the food, which is a physical activity. For maintenance of our body, one has to be active. Sharira yatra pichate, tahigachichanamapi, yadutishtatya karma krita, karyate hyavashak karma sarva prakriti gune. So action we must, as long as you live in this body. But when you act, you get bound. Like a small activity get multiplied. Our Gurudev used to give a beautiful example. Once Swami was sitting, he was alone in the ashram in the Himalayas. He had minimum things. He had only 2 kaupinas. Kaupis means long coat. One he used to wear, another he used to keep it for drying. Wash it and keep it for drying. Every day, the second one was disappearing. And a mouse used to come and take it. So every day the Swami used to go and beg for a piece of cloth from these householders. One lady was curious why Swamiji is begging for this piece of cloth every day. He explained the problem is there's a mouse there in the ashram that takes away my cloth. And she said, Swamiji, don't worry, we will give you a cat. The cat comes, mouse will go. So that was good, wonderful. He thought he brought the cat to the ashram. And now the problem is, second day when he was sitting for meditation, he said, oh, the cat started saying, meow. It is hungry. Now he has to go for, when he go for begging for food, Vikshadanam, he has to beg for milk also for the cat. So, after seeing the Pahad and all that in the Himalayas, they don't have milk every day. So, they felt bad also, the Swami coming and asking, you cannot give him. So, they all decided we will collect some money and buy a milking cow and give it to the ashram, donate it to the ashram. Wonderful idea. So he got now a cat, now he got a cow and a calf. And what happened is after some time, because he had no time now, he has to look after all the three. So he had no time for his meditation, puja, part, nothing. He got tired and went and complained to the people, what have you done? You spoiled my ashram. You supplied all these things. Now I have no time except looking after this paraphernalia. So they said, Swamiji, don't worry, we'll solve the problem. But they sent one lady to take care of the ashram. She will come and clean the ashram and look after him and cook some food and keep it there. And this arrangement was going on very well. Morning she'll come, evening she'll go back. But one day it so happened some lightning and thunder started pouring rain. And she said, Swamiji, can I stay here for the night? And she said, okay, no problem, it's harmless. Then it became very frequent because rainy season, rain comes every day. He started staying every day there. Now to tell the story short, they got married. Now the Swami got married. Then not only the cow multiplied, he also multiplied. Cat multiplied, cow multiplied, everything multiplied. And by the time he removed his beard, etc., and he has got a, what you call, a pot belly, showing Aishwarya, prosperity. Oh, one day his disciple, old disciple, who went on a Deshadanam, and he came back, he wanted to offer his pranam to his guru. He came and looked at him, he looked different, completely different. The ashram looks different. Children are running around, cow and calf and all that around. He was surprised, what happened? So he asked the Guru, Guru, what happened? He looked at the Shishya and said, Kaupina Samrakshanartham Ayam Patatopa. Just for one Kaupina's sake, the entire paraphernalia. Now, this is the nature of karma. Any little thing you start, it snowball into a multitude. Look at the story of all the big corporations. They start from their backyard. All these 7-Eleven and what the Coca-Cola and all that. If you look at the story, they started as an experiment in their own kitchen. Now it has become what? A worldwide corporation, isn't it? Multi-billion corporation. This is the nature of karma. Once you start, you cannot stop it. So, this, it gets multiplied. Even voluntary service, we get attached, isn't it? This is natural, as karma's nature is that we get slowly bound. So if you work, you are bound, but at the same time, you cannot keep quiet as your nature will whip you to act. So you are in between the horns of a dilemma. Therefore, the Lord says, Niyatam, Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam Karmajyayohya Karmanaha Sharirayatra Pichate Na Prasiddheta Karmanaha. Do those activities which are bounden duties, niyatam karma kuru. How do we define that? So we have 5 type of karma: nitya karma, naimitya karma, kamya karma, nishiddha karma, prayachchitta karma. These are the 5 type of karmas. Nitya karma means daily chores, getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth, taking a bath, and having your tea, coffee, or breakfast, then running towards your office. Nowadays, nobody go to office. They work at home. But whatever it is, open your computer and get immersed in that. Meeting, attending meeting after meeting. So if you are initiated into Gayatri, then do Sandhya Vandanam, Ityadi. But nowadays, they don't even wear Yajnopavitam. If at all they wear, they use it for scratching the back. Daily puja, etc., they're all Nitya Karma. Then Naimitya Karma is occasional duties, attending parties, end of the weekend, or birthday parties, or funeral you attend, or someone in the hospital, you go and see him. Encourage him. Don't go and make him feel more sad. There are some people, you say that, my friend had the same problem that you are going through now. After 6 months, he died. Now, this, some people become, pathetic. No, don't do that. That is not part of Nitya Karma. You should encourage him. This is nothing. You will get up and come. We have to celebrate your birthday, etc. You have to encourage him. Now, kamya karmas mean desire prompted activities. You have certain desires, you want to fulfill that. Working towards that end is called kamya karma. Then nishiddha karmas mean prohibited activities. Those actions which are below the dignity of human being. You can quote some extreme cases. Killing your own wife and claiming insurance money. Even Rakshasas won't do it. They kill others' wives, not their wife. You hear such news in the TV and newspaper, such activities called Nishiddha Karma. Then suppose a person has committed some mistake and he will regret about it. How to atone that sin? That is called Prayachchitta Karma. So these are the 5 types of karmas. Out of this, what is the Niyatam Karma? Bhagavan says Nitya Karma and Naimitya Karma put together is called Niyatam Karma, given duties. This one should do it. Whether there is an immediate benefit or not, one should do it. Nitya Karma, then Naimitya Karma. You are part of the society. Whenever it needs you, you should be there. It is your duty. In our society, there are only duties. no rights. Wherever there is right, there is fight and quarrel to establish their right. When it is duty, you become humble, as the list of duties are too long. And you can never fulfill all the duties in our life. If both husband and wife perform their duties, then each of their rights get fulfilled. This is our system. It is a wonderful system. Now the question is, even though I do my duties, especially in our Indian community, our duty never ends, isn't it? Swamiji, after my only daughter get married, I will be free. I will come to the ashram and serve you. He was very happy. He attended the wedding and asked him, now, why don't you come? Then he will say, Swamiji, I want to see the grandchild. Then I will come. The grandchild is born after 1 year. The Swami goes and tell him, now his grandchild has come, why don't you come? He will say, what, Swamiji, I haven't seen the childhood of my grandchild. Let me enjoy it, isn't it? Duty continues until the person dies. This is our lot. Even if we do our duties to your satisfaction, but the people around you, they will not feel happy. Continuously they complain. Mother-in-law problem, brother-in-law problem, all problems. Swamiji, you don't know. Now what should I do? Bhagavan gives the solution in the 9th verse. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya muktasangas samachara. Anyatra karmanaha, action other than dedicated to yajna. All other activities in this world, they are all of binding in nature. Other than yajna, all other activities are binding in nature. Therefore, do karma for the sake of yajna. Muktaha sangaha samachara, free from attachment. Now, yajna means, literal meaning is sacrifice. Rituals also called yajna. But here, the word yajna is used in the sense of yajno vai Vishnu. So, all your activities you dedicate to the Lord. Such activities will not bind you. That's why every puja, end of the puja or ritual, for ksamapanartham, whatever mistake I have done, please forgive me. They chant 3 names of Bhagavan Vishnu, Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha. So this will atone the sin for whatever mistake we committed. So this is what he says, don't dedicate. So all your activities you dedicate to the Lord, such activities will not bind you. Other activities which you do for yourself, means egocentric activities, definitely will bind you. Wherever there is kartritva bhavana, there will be bhoktritva bhavana also. Wherever these two are there, it is binding on you. But we offer our activities at the altar of Lord, then such activities will not bind you. Now somebody says, Swamiji, work is worship. I am a karma yogi. Because Bhagavan said work is worship. Now you ask him for whose sake you are working. Then they will say, 8K vaste. Madhya Pradesh. Mean worship whom? You, your own self. That is called dedication here. That is not called dedication here. Work is worship only when it is dedicated to the Lord, not dedicated to you. Now we should know who is this Lord and what is his nature. Why should I dedicate to him my work? Unless these are known to you, karma yoga is not possible. It is part of bhakti. Without bhakti, one cannot perform karma yoga. So look at the entire creation is working so harmoniously without any disturbance. Every system, whether it is solar system or Milky Way, galaxy, they are all beautifully functioning. Not only that, let us forget about the world and its happening. Think about your own physical body functioning so beautifully. The heart is functioning without even your knowledge. The lungs are taking oxygen and let out carbon dioxide. The trees are taking it and supplying you oxygen. And the trees are giving out oxygen for us. Those trees also we have not planted. We found those trees in the mountains. Who created it? Who watering it that those trees? Think about it. Bhagavan himself has provided. So beautifully arranged for human survival. All those oxygen, water, fire, etc., the Lord made for us free. That reminds me an anecdote. A 93-year-old man went to hospital. And after a few days, he was discharged. And he was given a bill, $5,000 for using ventilator for 1 day. Looking at the bill, the old man started crying. So doctors became very concerned. Maybe the old man doesn't have enough money to pay. So they came around and told him that, don't worry, we can arrange for a payment, installment payment, whatever you can afford, you can pay monthly, etc. The old man said, no, I'm not crying for that. I can afford to pay this. And why are you crying? Old man said, for 1 day's oxygen, you charged me $5,000. How much I owe? And 93 years I was breathing Bhagavan's oxygen. How much I owe him? Thinking about it, I am crying. Look at this. This is what we have to think. The Lord has made everything free, isn't it? Oxygen, water, fire, etc. What is vital for our life? The Lord made it cheap out of his compassion for us. Those which are for our luxury, he made it expensive because you can live without it. Look at this gold, diamond and all that is expensive. You can live without it. We are benefiting from the Lord's compassion. Yet we don't appreciate it. In fact, without His presence in you, you won't be able to get up in the morning. We are indebted to every breathing moment of our life. This appreciation is called dedication. So dedicate your activities. That doesn't mean you say that tana mana dhana sab, the Aarti time we say, tana mana dhana sab kuch hai tera, tera kuch ko arpan. Kya lage mera? So you go and tell Bhagavan, I am giving you my tana, mana, dhana, sab. Bhagavan noted this person has given me his tana, dhana, mana, everything. Second day also the same person come and say, tana, dhana, mana, sab kuch hai tera, tera tujhko arpan. Bhagavan is confused. How many tan money he has got? That means what? We never gave. We only threaten. We are going to give. That simply saying that it doesn't work. That appreciation is to come every moment of our life. I owe it to that Lord. So that is called Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Now look at this in a different way. If you are working in a corporate company like IBM, Intel, etc., when you are working for that company, what do they expect from you? They expect complete dedication to the goal and purpose of the company. Why? Because they are paying you salary and other perks for your comfortable living. When they are giving you such a financial security, what they expect from you is sincere devotion to the company. Here also, think about it. When the Lord has provided you so many things free of charge, without His presence, we can't even live. Is it not proper that we at least say thank you? That is all He expects from you. He doesn't want anything from you because everything is belonging to Him. Take, for example, a flower. It is not yours. It is the Lord who created the flower. The fruit that you are offering, is it yours? What are you doing? Only watering. Rest of it, the nature take care of it. All the varieties of fruits and vegetables, who created it? The scientists can discover this fruit has got that much vitamin, this vitamin. It is good for your health, etc. They can tell you. But who put it there? We forget that. So He provided it. Should we not be grateful to Him? This is the meaning of offering to the Lord. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya muktas sangas samachara. Think of this particular aspect of the Lord. You will become humble. There won't be any ego. That humility is what the Lord loves. Okay, we will stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Bhagavan talk again, elaborate that topic. Karma brahmotvam vitti brahmakshara samadbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pradishtitam. See that tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.